The streets will never make you grow. It's not a seed, it's a gutter. There's no happy endings in this life. So this is my message to you. The streets will never love you back.
How? What's up, guys? Well, I got another story for you. It's not a Beth Avenue story, but it's a prison story. Now, when I was doing prison time, I met a lot of street guys, wise guys, killers, drug addicts, racketeers, every form of life there is, you meet inside prison. Now, my first bid, I went away. I did 3 months Rikers Island. From Rikers Island, I went to Bear Hill. I was about 18 years old at this time. Now, that was a short experience. Doing 3 months in jail really is nothing. But you know what? You get to Rikers Island, then it sinks in while you're in jail. I'm in a dorm with a whole bunch of other men, sleeping side by side on beds. And it's a form of life you start getting used to. It's like if you put me in a cage, eventually I'm gonna adapt to the cage. And then from there I went down to Bear Hill, and that was an experience. What you do is you go down, you put all this chemicals all over your body to kill any kind of germ you had, or if you got some kind of lice or something, it goes through your hair. Then what they do is they spray you around with like a fire hose, and that's how it was back then. Then when I got to Bear Hill, then they shave your head. You shave your head, and then you start getting online, and you start programming. You get packages sent up. I used to love comic books. Comic books was something I used to like to read, so I would get that sent up. And my mother and my friends would send me 35-pound packages and also some new sneakers. It's always good to have a new set of kicks in jail. It shows that, you got someone out there that's taking care of you and looking out for you. Because a lot of people in the street don't have no one looking out for them. And I met a lot of good people doing prison time. I met a lot of scum too, people who try to get over, people who are grimy, and people that never had nothing. Some people go to jail because they're just losers. Other people go to jail because, you know what, they try to take down a big score and they try to make money. So I'm going to get into a couple people I met while I was away. This one particular person, his name is Tony Frankos. Tony Frankos was a street guy, an associate of the Gambino crime family and a few other families. He was known as a hitman. Okay, he wrote a book called Contract Killer. I was fortunate enough to spend some time with him. They say that he had some kind of involvement with killing Jimmy Hoffa. Me personally, I don't believe it, but there was a recording on him on TV saying that he didn't know who Jimmy Hoffa, where his body was buried, and who did it. But you know what? A lot of people use that as claim to fame to say they were involved in killing Jimmy Hoffa. But this old man, Tony Frankos, he was a very smart guy, did more time in jail than he did in the street. He told me stories about his parents that he never knew what a loving parent was. And his father used to abuse him, and his mother really didn't love him. And these are the stories that he told me. He told me about some crimes he committed, how he started early in the drug game, doing drugs, killing people. I think he told me the first time he ever killed anybody, he was 16 years old. And that's how these old timers are. Let me share a photo with him, with you, with this guy, Frankos. Now, this is Tony Frankos back in the day. You know what? He was good friends with the Westies, okay? And he did a lot of state time, some federal time, and eventually, at the end of his life, you know what? He was doing some state time, and he has this beef with some guy by the name of uh, Jimmy John or Johnny Jim, Johnny Joe. Okay, Johnny Joe was a Bonanno guy in the Bonanno family, and Johnny Joe uh, gets to know that he cooperated with the government, Frankos, and this is in state prison. And Frankos has a lot of friends. Now, listen, when you're in state prison, let me just tell you that a lot of guys end up doing dope, babanya. Babanya is a big thing in prison. A lot of guys, especially in the state, they do it to pass time because after they do it, they relax, they chill, and it's easy to get drugs in jail, because that's a world inside of its own. The inmates, girlfriends bring it in, they give them a kiss, they transfer a kiss with a balloon, and then what they do is they swallow it, and then if they swallow it, they shit it out, and then what they do is they bag it up and they sell it. This is a form of money, making money and sending the money to the people in the street that help you. And there's a life inside of prison. People don't know that, but there is, and you have to have respect, and it goes a long way. And if you got drugs, it's a very powerful thing to have because a lot of people are doing drugs in prison. So I was away with Frankos, and Frankos was a wild man. Oh man, Tony. This is a photo that he sent me a long time ago. This was, let's see, 2006. This was. It says, "To my friend Jimmy C, don't trust no one. Stay strong. Your friend, Tony the Greek Frankos." Now, as you see, this is him when he's an old man. Uh, I used to walk the track with him. He was one of the guys that really didn't have too much money. So every time commissary came, I would help him out with a couple of hours. I would tell him, you know what, Tony, pick 15 to 20 hours worth of commissary and I'll get it for you because when you're doing prison time with people, there's a lot of people that don't have anything. When I was doing my prison time, I worked in the kitchen. So I made my own food, whether it was hard boiled eggs, I would make omelets, I would make pizzas, and I was, the kitchen is very good to work in because you have access to everything, food, and that's how you survive food, and you can help other people too. People that are in your circle, you can hook them up when they come online, and you could hand them things, and then they walk the stuff back to the unit. But Tony Frankos was a decent hell of a guy. He was spending the rest of his life in prison. He told me so many war stories. And this is an old man that was always ready to fight. He was always on cue. He was always on his toes, always putting his hands up and things like that. He didn't take no shit from nobody. I remember him arguing. He would put up his hands and guys would say, "Yo, Tony, I don't want no problem with you." But this is what Tony the Greek was. And Tony the Greek really was a funny guy. And he didn't take no shit from nobody. He would jump rope. He would walk the track. He would do push-ups and dips. And he tried to stay in shape, but he was getting old. And he loved the drugs back in the day. And he was friendly with, I forgot his name, something Kelly from the Westies. Okay, I'm not too sure with the Westies, but maybe Machine Gun Kelly or someone like that. But that was his friend. He did time with them, and in the state, he had a problem with Johnny Joe. That was a wise guy with the bananas, and Johnny Joe jabbed him. Bang! Tony went down. They got the best of Tony. Tony told me the story, and then from there, they had to put him in some kind of witness unit to protect him. But he told me a whole bunch of stories of all the murders he committed. He was committing murder for the Gambino family, the Lucchese family, and listen, this was a guy that was really dangerous. I mean, if he caught a delusion on you, he'd kill you in a minute. And even in the state prison, he killed a few people. He used to walk around with a shank and just stick people. But these are the guys you have in jail that are never going home. And a guy like this was very dangerous. He's dead now. And when I went away, he used to call my mother's house and always ask for me and say, tell Jimmy I said hello. But I really didn't have the time to talk to him. Like, my life was so busy. I had a girlfriend. I was getting ready to get married, and then I ended up getting picked up. But, just giving you an idea of all these young kids out there that you're looking up to, these wise guys or street guys or gang members. Tony Frankos died in jail. He was an old man. And there's a lot of guys out there that's going to die in jail. So make your decisions. Make sure you make the right decisions, because once you're in that jail cell, it's very hard to get out. Okay. And, look, life is short. If you have a good family that loves you, take a trade, go to school, keep God first in your life, and always do the right thing. Because Tony Frankos, he never, ever had love in his life. His parents didn't love him. His mother was an alcoholic. His father was an alcoholic. And his father used to abuse him. And he hated his father. And at a certain age, he just roamed to the street and he took off and he left his parents. Okay? And his destiny was in prison, to die in prison. So you guys can choose a different destiny. But this is a story I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you liked it. Until my next video, I love you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be putting meet and greet together soon. Okay? So if you want to be involved in the meet and greet, all you have to do is become a member of my Patreon channel. You become a member of my Patreon channel, I'm going to be sending the information out of the meet and greet. If you want to be involved in it, I would love for everyone to, be involved in it, whoever wants to come. But subscribe to my Patreon channel. I think it's $1.99 to $4.99. And we could also do dinner together. One of those, memberships. I think it's membership number 4. But in order to get an invite to the meet and greet, you have to become a member of my Patreon channel, because that's where the information is going to go out to. Okay? With that said, I hope everyone has a great day. And I'm looking forward to this meet and greet. And, we're going to have other content creators there where, they'll have some merchandise. We could take some photos together. I'm going to order some catering, maybe some big sandwiches, maybe some salads. We'll have an open bar over there. And I want to make this into a nice time. Maybe 200, 300 people. We can mingle together, maybe dance. I'll tell a couple of Bath Avenue stories. And this is what I'm looking to do. So if this is something that interests you, okay, subscribe to my Patreon channel. And with that said, until tomorrow, I'll hit you with another video. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
The streets will never make you grow. It's not a seed, it's a gutter. There's no happy endings in this life. So this is my message to you. The streets will never love you back.